Jesus, I'm gonna go blind.
Awesome.
So I've been running the Hawkglow off-road lights for about 6 months now, and I've got to say, I've had no issue. This is a great example of what budget ditch lights can bring to the table. But recently I've gotten the chance to partner up with Auxito to check out their brand new Explorer 1 ditch lights, and I've got to say, these things are impressive. So in today's video, we're going to put the Hawkglows up against the Auxitos, and we're going to compare budget versus premium, and we're going to see what kind of results we get. But before we do that, I want to be straight up with you guys. I am affiliated with both of these companies, but you can expect an honest review today because I want to help you decide which one of these lights would be better suited for your rig. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the unboxing. These are the Auxito 3.5-inch Explorer 1 LED pod lights. I've got to say, right out of the box, I am super impressed with the build quality of these. We've got a nice aluminum body, we've got really good fins in the back for heat dissipation, and guys, let me tell you what, this lens right here is absolutely beautiful. It's not a clip-on, like this is the lens, but man, this looks so freaking sharp. Not to mention, we also have the DRL indicator feature here that we've all come to love on these pod lights. So far, super impressed. I cannot wait to get these things on the 4Runner and compare them to the Hawkglows that I had before. Otherwise in the kit, we've got our standard kind of plug and play DT connector kit, and then we've got our product user manual and the other lights in there. Not too much to the rest of this in the box, but overall, guys, I'm really impressed with Auxito so far. So enough yapping, let's go ahead and get these things on here and start the comparison.
Like you put your arm out and the damn thing's reflected right into my face, right off your skin. Jesus, I'm gonna go blind. All right, I'm getting that.
Awesome.
On this side, we've got the Hawkglow 4.5-inch 172-watt LED pod lights. These are a 4.5-inch pod, so right away you're getting a larger, more aggressive setup compared to something more compact. These come with 3 lighting functions. You've got your DRL for visibility and style, a low beam for more controlled output, and then a high beam when you really want to light up everything in front of you. And overall, these are really designed for wider coverage and versatility. So if you're out on open trails or doing a lot of night driving, this kind of setup gives you a lot of light across a broader area. On this side, we've got the Auxito X-Plore 1 LED pod lights. These are a 3.5-inch pod, so right away you're getting a much more compact, low-profile setup. And they also come with this DRL, which adds a really clean look on the front end. These use a multi-lens design, and they're putting out around 60 watts per light, which gives you a really strong, usable output for something this size. And you can see that in the beam pattern. It's much more controlled and focused. So overall, this is a really solid option if you want performance without adding a lot of bulk. Alright, now let's put them side by side. This is probably the easiest way to really see what these lights are doing. Starting with the Hawkglow, you can see it spreading light out more, especially off to the sides. And then looking at the Auxito, you can see a much more controlled and focused beam pattern here. It's not just throwing light everywhere, it's putting it exactly where you want it. This is where you can really start to see the difference between the two. And even though these are designed a little differently, the output and beam shape speak for themselves here. The Auxito is definitely more focused and controlled, whereas the Hawkglow is spreading that light out more across a wider area. Here's the Auxito in a real world scenario. You can see it putting out a stronger beam here, and then switching over to the Hawkglow, you're getting more spread into the trees. But overall, you can see how different the two perform out there. All right, here's both lights in the fog. You can really see the Auxito reaching further down the road, where the Hawkglow, it's kind of spreading a bit wider still, but with less intensity. And that pretty much sums it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the comparison. I had a lot of fun filming this one, and like I said at the beginning, I had no real issue with the Hawkglow lights. I just got the opportunity to check out these Auxitos and I wanted to see what they look like. Overall though, both of these performed very well. The Hawkglow for a budget priced LED pod light performed exceptionally well. If I could gripe about one thing, it would be the hardware. In my previous video, I talked about how you would probably have to get some different bolts for these because the ones that were included were definitely going to rust. And about after a month of having them on the vehicle, they started to rust. I don't think that's going to be the case with the Auxitos. The Auxitos already came with painted bolts, so the hardware looks pretty premium on that front. So we saw these lights perform well in a lot of different situations. I hope this helps you to understand that there's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of premium options. There's a lot of budget options. And when it comes to determining what's right for your rig, only you can do that. But either way, I hope you took away some good information today. I hope it helps you make decisions in the future. I appreciate you watching the video. We'll see you in the next one. All right, bud. Well, what do you say we get out there and we check these lights out a little bit more, huh? All right, come on. Let's go. Over here. Let's go.